Welcome everybody. Today we're going to go through the April 2022 market report for Lafayette Parish. It's been quite a wild ride so far this year and lots of fun stuff going on. Hey, it's Robbie Breaux with Robbie Breaux and team at eXp Realty, and just to jump off, we are finally starting to see a little bit of a downtick as far as the number of sales are concerned for two reasons, surprisingly. We're hearing a lot of stuff about interest rates on the rise, but the other side of the coin is supply is still even farther down than what it has been. So it's kind of been a little bit of the perfect storm. So let's jump in. 2021, we had 470 sales compared to this past April's 371 sales. That's 21% down. We're still 3% off of what the end of last year, cumulative year to date, was this time last year. Now, if we go back and look at what our normal, more of a normal market back when we were in similar interest rates, we were in the 5.25 range around 2019. We were actually 41.7% more homes sold in total units, not dollar volume, but in total units than we were in 2019. Dollar volume is actually even slightly better. We had 99.4 million sold versus 115.6 this time last year. That represents a 14% decrease, but we're 4.3% higher than what we were cumulative last year. Again, if we jump back to our more normal market, we were 41% in units. We're actually 75.8% higher dollar volume than what was sold this time 2019. So when we're looking forward thinking, what is the market going to be doing over the next, couple of months through the end of the year? So the leading indicators, as always, we think of things that are coming off the market, pending sales where a buyer and a seller had a meeting of the minds. We had a little bit of a downtick on the pending sales that were there. 401 versus 494 this time last year. That's 18% down from this time last year. And before we start thinking, oh my gosh, what's happening? Is the market crashing? And not necessarily. One of the things that we're really running into has been, rates have put a little bit of pressure on sales have been popping through. But the supply or new homes coming on the market has been down. We were down 25% in the total number of new signs that were coming on the market. So we had a decrease in 18% of the pendings. We had a decrease of 25% in the supply. So our supply is actually shrinking a little bit more. And that's showing up in our available inventory. That's 18. We're actually year to date during the January 1 through the end of April. We have 18% fewer homes to be active on the market, being able to sell during that time for while we were working with. So you pair that, fewer choices for people to be able to buy. It's kind of working to where, we weren't destined to be able to keep up with that blistering pace. And the barometer that we need to really start checking into, because you can't really check into 2020, because this is where we were still on a little bit of a downtick from COVID numbers. And 2021, obviously this time last year, record-setting pace. So if we go in, we're starting to kind of normalize, jumping in, having a little bit of correction to be able to jump back into 2019. So all things considered, considering where we are compared to last year, doesn't look quite as great. When you look into the last normal year, we're actually having a pretty banner year so far. Average sales price is up 8%. We were $250,000 last year. We're right at $270,000 this year. Time on market is still way down. We were 51 days on the market last year, 28 days on the market. And again, that's from 0 to $1 million plus. So depending on where you land on the price point, location, all that other fun stuff, our time on market is going to vary just a little bit. Interest rates. This has been, last month we talked about interest rates had been climbing quite a bit. A couple of months ago we were in the low 3s to the high 2s. We ended up being right at 5.5. It started to taper off a little bit. We're not increasing quite as fast as what we were looking at this time before. We're right at 5.375% on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. 15, you're able to save a good chunk, 4.5%. Government loans, 4.75. That's your VAs, your FHAs, and your rural development. So one of the things that typically pushes rates, to slow down is going to be when inflation peaks. The reason we're seeing interest rates rise is because the government is trying to be able to help lower some of those inflation rates that we've been fighting with for so long. So more than likely, at least what the crystal balls and the talking heads are talking about, they are looking forward. We should be leveling off maybe a little bit more as far as the interest rates are concerned. Not quite as crazy as what we were hearing last month. We were hearing somewhere in the sixes. Hopefully that's not the case, but nonetheless, we keep riding as we go. So if you are interested in seeing what your home equity position happens to look like, maybe there's an opportunity. There's some inventory out there, people that are looking to move that haven't made the move yet because they are looking to find that next one. We've got a big list of them, so make sure you reach out to us. If you're interested in finding out what that home equity position happens to look like, feel free to reach out to me on my personal cell, 337-658-5690. You can shoot me a direct message or email me at robbie@robbiebreaux.com. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day.